AP News.
Listen up. Are you listening? I have got something very important to tell you. It's a retirement sale. Where, you ask? Southtown Furniture in Salem. You'll find the lowest prices ever from 25% to 50% off. Southtown Furniture has a big selection of Flex Steel, Ashley, Serta, and Speed Queen. So stop by today and check out the retirement sale. It's going on right now at Southtown Furniture in Salem, serving Dent County for over 102 years.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Good afternoon and welcome to KSMO Radio. Let's take a look at that latest KSMO weather forecast for Salem and Dent County. It'll be sunny today with a high temperature near 80 degrees and northwesterly winds will be 3 to 6 miles per hour. Then tonight, skies shall be mostly clear with low around 56 with calm winds. Tomorrow we expect sunny skies again with a high temperature near 86. Winds will be out of the south at 3 to 6 miles per hour. Then partly cloudy skies are expected tomorrow night with a low around 63 with a light southerly wind. Thursday, skies should be partly sunny with a high temperature near 84. We expect southerly winds on Thursday to be 3 to 6 miles per hour. Then skies will be mostly cloudy Thursday night with a low around 66. Now Friday, we've got a bit of a change coming in the weather again. Going to have some rainfall and showers possibility, and also on Friday afternoon, thunderstorms will also be possible. That chance of precipitation for Friday is 50-50 with mostly cloudy skies and high near 83 degrees. Friday night, chance of showers and thunderstorms continues with mostly cloudy skies and low around 66. Then our weekend starts out on Saturday with a chance of showers, then showers likely and possibly a thunderstorm again during Saturday afternoon. Saturday will be mostly cloudy with a high temperature near 83. Then we have a chance of showers and thunderstorms Saturday night with mostly cloudy skies and low around 67. Sunday, showers likely and possibly a thunderstorm with mostly cloudy skies and a high temperature near 84 degrees. Skies will probably be mostly cloudy Sunday night with low temperature around 67. Then Monday, that new work week, starts out with a chance of showers with partly sunny skies and a high temperature near 86 degrees. And that's your noon hour weather update brought to you by all of us here at KSMO, where it's now time for the Brownfield Commentary and Midday Livestock Report.
Hooked on the Paramount Network series Yellowstone since the first episode aired in June of 2018. Hello, everyone. I'm Cindy Young with Brownfield, and this is my 2 cents. Many episodes addressed concerns that American farmers and ranchers are forced to deal with every day. One of my favorites had a group of animal rights activists protesting on the street in front of the Livestock Commission office. When sixth-generation rancher John Dutton, played by Kevin Costner, arrived on the scene, he sought out the group's leader. She told Dutton her group was there to protest the existence of a state-sponsored police force that protects industrialized animal farming and the mass murder of millions of animals every year. His response was golden, although not completely accurate, as farming today has much less impact on the environment than his words might lead one to believe. He asked her if she'd ever plowed a field to plant the quinoa or sorghum or whatever the heck it is she eats. He said, "You kill everything on the ground and under it. So I guess the only real question is, how cute does an animal have to be before you care if it dies to feed you?" Yellowstone character John Dutton didn't just offer that golden line. He took the next important step. He invited her to see his ranch. He wanted to understand where she was coming from as much as he wanted her to understand where he was coming from. The activist said the beautiful Montana landscape will be gone soon because of human behavior and climate change. Dutton does not flinch. He told her he is well aware of global warming. He said there will come a time when Earth sheds us like dead skin, and it will be our own fault. Find your common ground and go from there. I'm Cindy Young with Brownfield. That's my 2 cents.
They say seeing is believing, and nothing catches the eye like the 9.5 bushel per acre yield advantage of Revitec fungicide over other fungicides. But don't just take our word for it. See it for yourself. Run a comparison of Revitec fungicide. Enter the Real Results Yield Challenge and experience the difference it makes in your fields. And when you share your experience with us, you'll get a chance to win a 2-year lease on a new truck. Sign up at yieldchallenge.basf.us. No purchase necessary. See official rules for details. Always read and follow label directions.
We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and we're for the Missouri way of life. We're for worrying less about the what-ifs and more about the why-nots. We're for checking off your bucket list and then making a new one. For starting a family, a business, a tradition. And if you find yourself starting over, we're here for that too. We're for building a life in Missouri and then going out and living it. And when it comes to making sure everything you've built is protected, we're for you. We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and we've got Missouri covered for life.
Have you checked out the Country Mart website at www.tcmarkets.com? If not, you really need to. You'll find their weekly specials, coupons, inside the store information, and also tasty recipes from TC Markets on there as well. Plus, don't forget to like Country Mart's Facebook page. Like or comment on it for a chance to win something from the deli, and the winner will be announced on Wednesday each week. Just another reason to shop at Country Mart in Salem.
Have you seen Town Screen yet? It's one of the most affordable ways to get your message out in the community. With strategically placed vertical screens in numerous locations in Salem, check it out at the Salem License Office, Roberts Judson Lumber Company, and the Main Street Country Corner Cafe, just to name a few. Find out more about how you can use Town Screen for everything local. Stop by 800 South Main or call 636-338-1199. Hometown created and maintained, Town Screen in Salem.
Quiet day for direct cash cattle and cash hog business. Good morning, I'm Megan Grabner with your Brownfield Livestock Market Report, brought to you by Propane. The Propane Farm Research Program offers compensation for using propane equipment. More information is available at propane.com/PFRP. It was a typically quiet day for direct cash cattle trade activity. Show lists for the week are mixed, higher in Texas, somewhat higher in Nebraska and Colorado, but lower in Kansas. Bids and asking prices have yet to be established. Look for significant trade volume to develop in the latter half of the week. At the close at the Oklahoma National Stockyards, feeder steers and heifers were $5 to $10 higher. Steer and heifer calves were lightly tested and mostly steady. The USDA says demand was very good and the market was active. Medium and large one feeder steer, 604 to 645 pounds, brought $341 to $369. Feeder steers, 850 to 894 pounds, brought $292 to $308.50. Medium and large one feeder heifer, 605 to 649 pounds, brought $320 to $344. Box beef closed sharply higher on solid demand for fairly light offerings. Choice up 217 at $367.25. Select is 220 higher at $358.93. Estimated cattle slaughter was 115,000 head, even on the weekend, down more than 7,000 on the year. Cash hogs were sharply higher with a light negotiated run. Processors had to get more aggressive in their procurement efforts Monday afternoon to move needed numbers. Demand has been a crucial factor in the market. The industry is optimistic that the return of summer grilling season will continue to boost domestic demand and help provide some additional price support. Global demand for U.S. pork has been steady, but there's ongoing uncertainty about the trade relationship with China, one of the largest buyers of U.S. pork. Barrows and gilts at the National Daily Direct were up 267 with a weighted average of 103.22. The Iowa-Minnesota closed $1.50 higher with a weighted average of 104.33, and the Western Corn Belt closed 221 higher with a weighted average of 104.71. Pork values closed lower, down $1.22 at 110.29. Hams were sharply lower, and estimated hog slaughter was 480,000 head, up 17,000 on the week and up about 17,000 on the year. At the CME, live cattle were mostly higher and feeders were higher ahead of the week's direct business, with some support from sharply higher box beef, and lean hog futures closed mostly higher, optimistic about demand. I'm Megan Grabner for Brownfield.
The more you listen to your kids, the closer you'll be. So we asked kids, what do you want your parents to hear?
I feel sometimes that I'm not listened to. I would just want you to listen to me more often and evaluate situations with me and lead me towards success.
Listening is a form of love. Find resources to help you support your kids and their emotional well-being at soundidouttogether.org. That's soundidouttogether.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and Pivotal.
Illicit fentanyl is the deadliest drug threat that our nation has ever experienced. It has killed hundreds of thousands. Many of its victims didn't even know they were getting fentanyl. Such a tragedy. This is Robert De Niro. One of those tragic deaths was my beautiful grandson, Leo. He was just 19 years old. Fentanyl doesn't care, but you do. Join us in the fight against fentanyl. Find us online at ladrfoundation.org.
That has been the Brownfield Commentary and Midday Livestock Report. It is now time for a look at updated funeral announcements, and it's being brought to you as a courtesy of Your World Today. Serving Salem and Dent County for over 30 years, Your World Today is 4 pages of information that will take you about 5 minutes to read, and they are available in over 40 locations in Salem and in Bunker, and online at our website, KSMOradio.com. Your World Today. Be sure and pick one up every weekday or check it out online. Virgil Wayne McWhorter, age 91, of Salem, passed away Saturday, June 7th. Funeral services for Virgil McWhorter will be Thursday morning at 11 o'clock at the Wilson Mortuary, Salem Chapel. Visitation for family and friends of Virgil McWhorter will be Wednesday afternoon and evening from 5 to 7 at the Wilson Mortuary, Salem Chapel. Burial with military honors will be at the Morrison Cemetery. Memorial contributions may be made to the Association of International Gospel Assemblies. Memorial envelopes will be available, and all arrangements for Virgil McWhorter of Salem are under the direction of the Wilson Mortuary of Salem. Mildred Jane Cowan of Bunker passed away June 6th at the age of 90 years. Funeral services for Mildred Cowan will be Friday, June 13th at 1 in the afternoon at the Ullman Church, Bunker, Missouri. Visitation will be held at the church on Friday prior to the service from 11 in the morning till service time at 1 o'clock. And she'll be at the West Fork Cemetery, Bunker, Missouri. And all arrangements for Mildred Jane Cowan of Bunker are under the direction of the James Garr Mortuary of Salem. That has been a look at updated funeral announcements, and it was brought to you as a courtesy of Your World Today. Your World Today is the only daily news flyer in Dent County. It is available in over 40 locations in Salem and in Bunker. And be sure and check out Your World Today online at our website, KSMOradio.com. Your World Today has been serving Dent County for over 30 years. And the best part about it is absolutely free.
What's the fastest way for you to get yourself up to date on the latest in news, sports, weather, and obituaries that costs you absolutely nothing? It's Your World Today. Serving Salem and Dent County now for over 20 years, Your World Today is 4 pages of information that will take you about 5 minutes to read, and they're available in over 30-plus locations in Salem and in Bunker. Your World Today. Pick one up every weekday. They're free.
It is now time for a look at local news, and it's being brought to you by Southwest Baptist University Salem Campus. SBU Salem Campus provides quality higher education close to home for residents of Dent County and the surrounding area. For more on degrees and programs, stop by SBU Salem Campus today at 501 South Grand Street, or you can call them at 573-729-7071. I'm Bob Parsons reporting. The Salem Board of Aldermen will be meeting this evening at 6 o'clock at the City Hall Auditorium. At the meeting, following public comments, the Board will discuss Resolution Number 18-2025, approving a Memorandum of Agreement between the City and the Salem Area Chamber of Commerce for the preparation of the Visitor Center. Resolution Number 19-2025, authorizing the Mayor to execute a 1-year Memorandum of Understanding between the City and the Board of Governors of Missouri State University West Plains to provide adult education and literacy programs at the City Hall basement classroom with the educational programs provided by the university. Resolution number 20-2025, authorizing the mayor to renew an agreement between the city and Department of Health and Senior Services for the purpose of the sewer shed disease trend monitoring. Resolution number 21-2025, authorizing the mayor to sign an acknowledgement for the renewal of the city health insurance through United Healthcare for city employees as required by the Affordable Care Act. And Resolution number 22-2025, authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement with the Missouri Highway and Transportation Commission for the ADA Transition Plan improvements for sidewalks on Highways 32, 72, and 19 within the city limits. After reports from city officials, the board will go into executive session to discuss litigation. The meeting tonight is open to the public. On Thursday evening, June 12th at 6 o'clock, the Women Outdoor Series will present Dutch oven cooking at Echo Bluff State Park. Women 16 and older are invited to cook up some food using charcoal and cast iron. This hands-on class is taught by women for women and will be held at the Shannondale Fire Tower classroom at 35244 Echo Bluff Drive near Eminence. Registration is required by calling 573-751-1224 or email connie.weber@dnr.mo.gov. Participation is limited to 15 women, and if you need more information on state parks and historic sites, visit mostateparks.com. Missouri State Parks is a division of the Missouri Department of Natural Resources. The Dent County Fire Protection District Board of Directors met Friday evening at the fire station at number 2 South Main. After the call to order and the roll call, the consent agenda was approved, including previous meeting minutes review and approval, review of the financial report with an ending balance of $365,887.97, review and approval of the bills, and review and approval of the budget. The monthly reimbursement report showed a total of 16 calls for the month and 143 calls for the year. In old business, the board accepted the revised bylaws, including changes made at the May 2025 meeting. In new business, Mary Martin from American Midwestern Insurance was on hand to discuss insurance from VFIS and ESIP for the department and answer questions from the board. Provident Insurance information from Town & Country Insurance was presented. The board asked to see some changes in the policy and different options from American Midwestern. Chief Floyd reported that there was an increase of $5,000 on skid units due to a new tariff charge, and he'll have them rebid. In his report on tanker trucks, Floyd said that after looking at 3 truck manufacturers, it appears Banner Truck fits our needs better than the Fouts or Sentinel trucks. The board decided that a special meeting would be required to move forward with brush trucks, so a tentative date was set for June 25th or 26th. Before adjournment, July 8th, was set for the next regular board meeting at 6 o'clock at the fire station. The Missouri Department of Conservation and the National Deer Association invite landowners and others interested in managing deer on their properties to join them online for a free webinar on forest and woodland management and how hunters and landowners can incorporate this into their deer management efforts. This live Zoom webinar on forest, woodlands, and whitetails will be held on Tuesday, June 24th at 6 p.m. in the evening. It'll begin with a presentation from the NDA Deer Outreach Specialist, followed by MDC and NDA staff answering participants' questions. Save this link for the free Zoom webinar on forest, woodlands, and whitetails and click on it on June 24th at 6 p.m. Now that URL is short.mdc.mo.gov/4YA. For those who have not previously used Zoom on their selected device, click the link ahead of time and follow the prompts to install the free Zoom software. This webinar is the second of MDC's and NDA's free 2025 Missouri Deer Management Webinar Series via Zoom. Upcoming webinars are Wildflowers and Whitetails on August 26th at 6 and Utilizing Prescribed Fire for Deer Management on September 9th at 6. Watch the previous webinar on quality deer management at youtu.be/CKH, capital M, capital E, YTVYNC/. For more about deer management at MDC, go online to mdc.mo.gov/your-property/improve-your-property/wildlife-management/deer-management. On June 14th and June 19th, the USDA Forest Service will waive standard amenity fees for all visitors to national forest and grassland day use areas. Saturday, June 14th, celebrates National Get Outdoors Day, inviting everyone to connect with the great outdoors for healthy, active lifestyles. Thursday, June 19th, celebrates the historic Juneteenth holiday. On these special fee-free days, standard amenity fees are waived for day-use sites like picnic areas, developed trailheads, and destination visitor centers. Some exceptions do apply. To check if a site will be free of fees and for safety alerts, contact your local National Forest website. About 95% of National Forest land can be enjoyed fee-free year-round. Where fees are assessed, at least 80% of those fees are reinvested at the collection site to provide needed maintenance and services or pay for future improvements. The Forest Service offers fee-free access a few times each year to encourage exploring national forests and grasslands. The remaining fee-free observances for 2025 are National Public Lands Day on September 27th and Veterans Day on November 11th. For more information about interagency passes, visit the Forest Service's Passes and Permits page. The Forest Service encourages everyone to take advantage of these fee-free, it's kind of difficult to say if you're in a hurry, fee-free opportunities to experience the great outdoors. Get outside and connect with nature to reflect, exercise, and make memories. The City of Salem's downtown project is nearing completion as Magi construction crews finish sidewalk and drainage work on the corner in front of the Bank of Salem. New light poles are being installed throughout the downtown area, which will provide historic replica lighting and allow for seasonal decorations, flags, and banners. The next phase includes installation of the historic replica lights atop the new poles and selection of downtown furnishings, including trash receptacles. The Dent County Health Center has provided bicycle racks that will be installed throughout downtown and in select locations. Following completion, attention will shift to the historic Dent County Courthouse Square, where Dent County will begin the next phase of revitalization to enhance the beauty and functionality of the public space. The city expressed appreciation to businesses and building owners for their patience during the construction process. Well, that has been a look at local news, and it was brought to you by SBU Salem Campus at 501 South Grand Street, where they offer degrees in nursing, which is an RN Bridge program, criminal justice, and elementary education. For more about SBU Salem Campus, feel free to contact them at 573-729-7071.
Southwest Baptist University campus in Salem provides quality higher education close to home for residents of Dent County and the surrounding areas. The classes at SBU Salem campus are taught in the afternoon and evenings, making a degree attainable for people who are in the workforce or can't afford to go off to get a degree. We offer degrees in nursing, which is an RN Bridge program, criminal justice, elementary education. For more information on the degrees and programs, please contact admissions counselor Chris Welch to schedule an appointment as a prospective or returning student. You may call 573-729-7071.
Mizzou football is here to stay. After an undefeated home season and a second straight 10-win year, the Tigers are looking for more in 2025.
Eli and the boys have done it again.
With a top 10 transfer portal class and a strong home schedule highlighted by Kansas, Alabama, South Carolina, and Texas A&M, you don't want to miss out. Get your spot in line by joining the season ticket wait list at mutigers.com/FB waitlist. MIZ.
Ooh, ma. What was that?
That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud Phone System. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very...
Calm? I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business calm at ooma.com/radio.
What's the fastest way for you to get yourself up to date on the latest in news, sports, weather, and obituaries that costs you absolutely nothing? It's Your World Today. Serving Salem and Dent County now for over 20 years, Your World Today is 4 pages of information that will take you about 5 minutes to read, and they're available in over 30-plus locations in Salem and in Bunker. Your World Today. Pick one up every weekday. They're free!
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It is now time for a look at local and regional sports. It's being brought to you as a courtesy of your Ozark sports leader, KSMO. The St. Louis Cardinals and Toronto Blue Jays started a new series yesterday in Busch Stadium. Within the first 2 innings, the Blue Jays scored a pair of runs and held the card scoreless until the 8th inning. Wilson Contreras batted in Victor Scott II to get St. Louis on the board. Trailing by 2, Ivan Herrera hit a 3-run home run. In the 9th, the Blue Jays responded to tie the game and force extra innings. And Alejandro Kirk double gave the Blue Jays a 5-4 victory in the 10th. Game 2 will be live tonight on KSMO Radio, 1340 AM and 95.7 FM, with the pregame starting at 5:50 and the first pitch at 6:45. The Kansas City Royals and New York Yankees will begin a 3-game series tonight at 6:40. Now it's been a look at local and regional sports brought to you as a courtesy of KSMO. Stay tuned for a look at sports from the Missouri Net.
Missouri Net Sports, I'm Bill Pollock. Another blown save for Ryan Helsley. Mike Reeves was in St. Louis last night.
Alejandro Kirk homered in the 8th inning. They drove in the go-ahead run in the 10th as the Blue Jays edged the Cardinals 5-4. St. Louis had taken a 4-3 lead after 8 on Ivan Herrera's 3-run home run, but Jonathan Clase homered off of St. Louis closer Ryan Helsley in the 9th to send the game to extra innings. Helsley says he can't let recent rough outings bother him as he moves forward.
Can't control it after it's already happened, we can only learn from it, so I try not to, carry that or lose my cool or anything like that, so I just try to, stay even keel as I can and just be ready, every day when my name's called.
The final in 10 innings, Blue Jays 5, Cardinals 4, Mike Reeves, St. Louis.
All right, let's break this down. Helsley racked up 49 saves last year. He had 4 blown saves the whole season. This year he's already had 5 and 3 in a row here to start the month of June. The Royals had the night off. They'll host the Yankees. Left-hander Noah Cameron, our St. Joseph native, will start against another lefty, Max Fried. Cameron is 2-1 with a .85 ERA through his first 5 starts. The Royals 4th in the AL Central, 34-32. TJ Oshie announced his retirement from the NHL after 16 seasons. He spent his first 7 playing for the Blues before going to the Capitals. Oshie will be forever remembered for scoring 4 shootout goals for Team USA in a win over Russia during the 2014 Olympics. The Minnesota native scored 110 goals, 200 assists in 443 games with the Blues. And for the 3rd year in a row, Chiefs center Creed Humphrey is ranked as the top center according to PFF. Since his rookie season in 2021, he's not only graded out as one of the best centers, but one of the best offensive linemen in the game. Creed joins Mahomes and Chris Jones, both ranked number 1 at their positions. Bill Pollock, Missouri Net Sports.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Mama, what does the chicken say? Dog. Cat. Giraffe.
Giraffe, really? Giraffe.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are buckled correctly in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right.
Visit NHTSA.gov/the right seat.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
It is now time for news from the Missouri Net. Then stay tuned to KSMO. I'll be back after the top of the hour with your latest KSMO weather forecast.
Across Missouri, farmers and ranchers are more than food producers. They're caretakers of the land, water, and natural resources we all depend on. The Missouri Farmers Care Agricultural Stewardship Award honors those who go above and beyond in agricultural stewardship, innovation, and community leadership. Do you know a farm family making a difference for the environment and future generations? Encourage them to apply today and help us shine a light on the outstanding stewardship happening on farms and ranches across Missouri. Let's celebrate the commitment of those who care for the land, because stewardship today means a stronger tomorrow. Visit MissouriFarmersCare.com to learn more or submit an application. The Missouri Farmers Care Agricultural Stewardship Award, celebrating excellence in agriculture.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Missouri Net News. I'm Sue Danielson. Governor Mike Keogh has signed a public safety bill. Backers say it improves oversight and licensing, supports law enforcement and victims of childhood abuse. It also updates fireworks regulations. The new law gives the state fire marshal oversight to inspect facilities, enforce compliance, and ensure safe public displays. The Missouri House is now looking at a tax incentives bill to help pay for new or renovated stadiums in Kansas City. Harrison Senator Rick Bratton is defending his yes vote.
You're able to get a cut, or at least a freeze forever, perpetuity. At least that's a win in my book.
Bratton resigned as leader of the Missouri Freedom Caucus Friday. The Missouri Department of Conservation is out with this reminder in light of recent bear sightings in St. Louis, Centralia, and Kingdom City. Daryl Damon says it's best to give a bear space.
When people get to chasing it around, that's when you have problems with it going up a tree because it gets scared.
He says if you leave the bear alone, it'll eventually leave. Missouri Net News.
To some,